Welcome to my Let's Play for Did. And I have to admit, I was planning on doing this yesterday, but I just had a lot of car problems. I mean, I guess when I got to work and shut the door, maybe the seatbelt was still partially stuck in the door, so I ended up holding the door open. Or the detector didn't go off, sensing that door was shut, because it was cold and I was in a real rush to get to work as I woke up a bit on the late side. So maybe the door sensor weren't enough. So it just never detected the door was shut, or it just wasn't shut properly because of the seatbelt. So by the time I got off work, the battery was just drained, from having the light inside the car on for 8 hours. So I then tried when I tried turning over the ignition because I didn't notice at first my battery was dead. Key got stuck. I don't know if it's like a safety feature or something but yeah, the key got stuck and I could not move the shifter or anything either. So we eventually had to look up how to do a manual override on the ignition key slot, so we actually could pull the key out and get to off mode. And we tried jumping it a couple times, but that got us nowhere because apparently we just didn't have enough juice, to help a battery that was completely drained. So eventually I had to go open up the trunk because my battery's in the trunk of my car, pull it out, take it down to AutoZone, charge it, and then pop it back in. And that was a bit of a pain trying to screw it in, back in position, in the dark, even with some flashlights. But we eventually got home, after about 3 hours worth of work. Ugh. But with that being said, I guess we should get on with the game, right? I mean, I guess listening to me complain about how much my car issues sucked was, maybe mildly entertaining. As for why there's no sound effects here, I just turned them off because this game has the same issue as the previous translated game I did. The developer seems to love this really annoying teletype sound, or when the people do the translation work, they insert it for whatever reason. But gosh darn, is it annoying! So yeah, if you're playing this game, just basically turn sound effects off, or your ears are going to bleed. And I'm only going to be doing the good ending, okay? So if you want to see the bad or middle of the road endings, you can look them up yourself, or because there's another person that's done this game already. Or you can download the game and play it yourself, and just choose to do poorly. Who's there with those teary eyes? And who goes there asking? My name is I'm? That seems weird. Or is it meant to be aim? I am your friend. I don't know about that. People you see inside mirrors are usually there for a reason, after all. I mean, let's face it. People inside mirrors are almost always evil. Yep. So that's how you know she's up to no good. Though she did not answer why even when asked, she was still a kind friend to the young girl. Gradually, and more than anything, her existence became precious, irreplaceable. Oh, Ferno, there you are, crying again. Or have the memory of how we met brought you to tears. And yeah, this game definitely uses the same translation style as the last one, just blunt force trauma. I'll be surprised if it's not about a fight with Mommy. You mean But Mommy's the bad guy. Don't you mean bad girl? Taking away all of Ferno's snacks. Don't you mean plural? I assume you have more than one snack. Or you counting a bag of chips as a snack. Wasn't that because you didn't do your homework? How do you... You can't hide it from me. I see everything in this room. It's why I'm creepy. I ask that you don't take your best friend so lightly. But even so, taking away that snack is still cruel. That's true. I do think that's a bit too much. Still, if you do your homework and tell her you're sorry, I'm sure Mommy will forgive you. Why are you calling her Mommy? Jeez. I mean, usually you go with, like, Mom or something when you're talking about someone else's mother, At least that's how I usually did it. Here's enough to understand Ferno way better than Mommy, too. You mustn't say such a thing. Ferno only has one Mommy in the whole world. Trying to be cute and innocent there or something? Yeah, I know. I just can't channel the right tone for a mirror demon here. With me, you're all set for math and social studies. Even science is nothing I can't handle. So wait, you know nuclear physics? Yeah, I know that's probably way too advanced for a child her age, but you might want to be a bit hesitant when you're going to suggest you're useful for all the sciences there. Sarah has to be in the empty attic for a while. That's a questionable punishment. I mean, even if there's a bed and stuff up there, I mean, it seems sort of weird to send someone to the attic. Though I suppose telling me to go to my room would be the same thing, considering I live in an attic. Yep, that's where my room's at. This used to be my dad's computer room before he decided to move downstairs because it gets too hot up here. That's why sometimes when I Let's Play, I play the fan in the background. Like, I don't care. Like, it's hot. I'm sweating like crazy. I even did it without Im's help. What the good idea is all about. Guess Farno's gotta ask Im. Yeah, you can ignore that because it's got all the standard controls, so be like Z or X. Not that it does much for you right now because there's nothing in your inventory. Yep, the homework's done. Continue what you just said. Ouch. Oh, a good girl, huh? I suppose she did. The good idea is about the treasure hidden in this house. Farno knows about treasures. Aren't they guarded by a dragon? Just a dragon? You forgot the beholders, the giants, multi-eyed, multi-armed, and cyclopses. It gets nuts, man. You want to hunt for treasure, you gotta kill a lot of stuff, And it's almost always got a fairy involved in there somewhere, too. Probably a drunk fairy at that, And you gotta have a wise old sage with white hair. Oh, I suppose those are treasures, too. But I'm talking about a different kind of treasure. These are something precious. Precious to who? Well, to me, actually. I lost them a long, long time ago. Were they important? Yes, very, very much. For 3 days, starting from tomorrow, Mommy and Big Brother will be out in the afternoon, so I think this is the only chance. Really? Then your problem is in good hands. Got that right. We better find him in a flash. Because if you don't find him, I know she'll kill you. At least in one ending she does. She takes over your body and then uses it to kill your mom. I don't know about the other ending, because I haven't seen what happens if you get that one. And I don't really want to. I assume it's more of the same. Just maybe even more violent. So that's why we must appease the mirror demon by actually getting this stuff done right. And no, I have no idea what those subtitles are for. But yeah, if you're going for all the endings, I'd suggest saving this day, because you're going to want to. And yeah, I had multiple save files. It took me a while to figure out everything. This explains the basic rules. Every time you interact with an object, unless it's the door going to your mom's workplace, it counts as a search. And if you read a book, it counts as a second search. And if you just choose to back out and then interact with it again, it counts as another search. So yeah, you can use up a lot of searches really fast, if you don't know what you're doing. So, in some cases, that can royally screw you. Now, one thing you're going to want to make sure you do is check out these various rooms. Like, there's a book here, but we can't reach it because this table's in the way. It's going to move, not table, I guess chair. But yeah, that's going to be important later. The same is true of this room. We can't find the treasure in here until this is slid over to the side. Because apparently, it's probably being held inside here at the moment. But since we can't move this object, we can't actually get to the treasure. At least that's what I'm assuming the case is. So yeah, our first treasure is actually hidden inside of our own room. It's a bag of ashes. I'm going to assume it's her ashes, and if you interact with her to get clues, it counts as 4 searches, so it uses up all your searches for the day. Because you only get 4 to spend. I guess we can interact with objects now, to do whatever we want to kill the rest of the time, though. Animal Encyclopedia, eh? Read. The 23rd Duke of Hell, commanding 26 legions of demons, said to have the guise of a man holding a torch and riding on a viper, or with heads of a serpent, a man with a star on his forehead, and a cat. It actually says Demon Encyclopedia. Those words are still too hard. Oh, I guess this is like your brother's underwear drawer if you want to creep her out. Got that right. So we gotta get back to the attic, huh? Sleeping poison snake. Yeah, I really don't know what this has to do with anything. Yeah, it's the second day alright, but we still can't get the last treasure. So we're gonna have to spend some time in here, but see this chair or whatever move, we can now get to access to the book. Let's see. Yep, a correct number. So let's check the desk. Now, obviously, since I've done this before, I already know the code, but this at least explains, how to do it. So if the thing's filled in, it's a 1. So, filled in object plus filled in object equals 2. Now, non-filled objects count as zeros. So that's why the shape doesn't matter. What we're looking at is how many filled in objects there are. And the sign, but since everything in this game is always pluses, you just have to count how many filled objects you have in the final one. So that's your answer. Okay. Well, let's enter a number, alright. Now, you don't have to enter 0, 1. You can, but you also can just enter 1 and then hit enter, and it still counts as opening it. Which is a bit weird, since, since it's supposed to be 2 digits, using just a single digit answer, this should count as an invalid answer, I suppose. I suppose I could also try 001, because that's how many, numbers they showed in that thing, but maybe it's just checking to see, for the last digit or something. I guess I could check that. Well, let's read. A phenomenon mostly occur in only child or the firstborn between the age of 2 to 4, often gone by the age of 8. A child who has an imaginary friend has rich imagination. Some even take it as a sign of intelligence and creativity. Yeah, you gotta love that English there. It's not even English, I don't think. This game's original language, I think, was Thai. However, depending on the child themselves, or the condition during their youth, the symptom can manifest differently. Yep, we gotta get out of here. Our brothers want us to know we've been poking around with this stuff, like his underwear drawer potentially. Probably should have brought a ruler for that. Now let's see. Yep, today's the last day, so you can't leave anything undone. So if you want to beat this game, you gotta go in here and get the last item, which is hidden in between all these books you can't read because they're too hard. Because when that chair slid out, I guess she decided to just quickly stash this letter in there for whatever reason, instead of back where it was before. Yep, she moved it. I don't even know why this is called a puzzle game, because there's really just a search game where you have to find all the right stuff, and if you don't, you get screwed. So posh, huh? Well, now, lots of brand name jewelry on display. Not even got the B there, so it's brand, like Raisin Bran. Yep, we gotta get lost. But we got all the treasures. Yep. Let's report in our success. You can't search the house right now. You can't interact with anything but this object here. The mirror. Yep, we found them all right. Oh, Farino, you actually found them for me. Yep, we searched really hard. I actually got so annoyed. I actually looked up the other person's Let's Play to figure out how to beat this game because I just could not figure out where the treasures were. Or I suppose I could have eventually found them if I kept, brute forcing it, but the changes in the rooms are so minute, if you're not paying attention to every little detail, you're going to easily miss them. Someone important to you, huh? Well, these are I'm stuff. How come they're in this house? See? I'm actually a bad demon. Yeah, I could have guessed that. You're in a mirror. By bad, you mean how bad? Well, really, truly bad. That bad? That bad. Bad to the bone. But Ferno likes I'm, so that's not a problem. Oh, you're glad, huh? That the little girl doesn't understand how dangerous you are? Got that right. But I'm so kind-hearted. It's so sad I can't come out of the mirror. It's alright. I've done a lot of bad things in the past, after all. Like, really bad. Can't tell you the details, though. Not until you're older, that is. Ferno knows about it. It's what they call vixen. Think the meaning is a bit off there. More importantly, just where did you pick that word from? It's a secret. My, such a handful, girl. Yeah, I don't even get that line at all. You mean, she is a handful? I guess that might be what they're trying to go for, but the way it's put together is wrong. Yep, always there. From is no doubt the most wonderful time of her life, even if she was a really bad demon. So yeah, that's the good ending. Like I said, if you only find one treasure, she takes some in your body and uses it to murder your mother. And collect her treasures before she leaves, so... Yeah, if you don't appease her, she will straight up kill you. What she does if you get 0 treasures, I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I haven't looked into it, though I imagine she'd be even more violent. Most likely. Though I suppose they could throw me for a whirl on that one. But that's did for you. Also, yeah, the system settings don't save, so whenever the game, restarts, it does this stuff. Really annoying. So if you close it, after you've saved settings, you gotta reset them every time you play. Just, ugh. Really minor annoyance, but it's there. Till next time, then. See ya.